When you need to build up your team to handle the growing chaos at work, use Indeed Sponsored Jobs. It gives your job post the boost it needs to be seen and helps reach people with the right skills, certifications, and more. Spend less time searching and more time actually interviewing candidates who check all your boxes. Listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. That's Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Need a hiring hero? This is a job for Indeed Sponsored Jobs.
Your body isn't a problem to fix. It's a system to support. From PMS to pregnancy to menopause. Ollie's Women's Wellness line is built on real science for every stage. No guilt, no stigmas, just science-backed supplements that work with you, not against you. Choose science over shame. Find support at a retailer near you or on ollie.com. That's OLLY.com.
One thing that I never quite figured out during our trip to Europe was exactly how many people fit on a bus. Every time I thought the bus was full, 5 more people got on. Then it would stop at the next stop. 5 more people got on. And then somehow it would stop again and 5 more people after that. By the end of the ride, I wasn't completely sure whether the sweat on my shirt belonged to me or the guy standing next to me. This is Summit After the Storm podcast, and I'm Bart Wilbanks. One of the biggest cultural differences we noticed in Europe was public transportation. Buses, subways, trains. If there was room for 1 more person, there was apparently room for 10 more. As Americans, we're used to personal space, a little breathing room, maybe even an empty seat beside us if we're lucky. Europe had a different definition of full. There were several times during our trip when we'd step onto what looked like a completely packed bus, and I remember thinking, there's no way another person can fit on this bus. Then the doors would open, and people would step on, shuffle around, move 6 inches one direction, and somehow another 5 people fit on. Then the next stop, same thing. It almost became a game. How many people can possibly fit on this bus? And apparently, a lot more than I thought. That bus made me think about something. How often do we tell ourselves, I'm full. I can't take on 1 more responsibility. I can't handle another challenge. I don't have anything else left to give. And yet, when life requires more, we somehow find capacity, more capacity than we thought we had. Not because it became easy, but because we discover that we're stronger than we believed. The mountain taught me that same lesson. There were moments climbing Kilimanjaro when I honestly believed I could not take a single step further. But then I did. 1 more step. Then another. The mountain did not make me stronger, but it revealed strength that I didn't know I had. And maybe that's what those crowded buses revealed too. Philippians 4:13 says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. That verse doesn't promise an easy life. It reminds us where our strength comes from when we reach what we think is our limit. Because leadership often feels crowded. Responsibilities pile up. Problems arrive before yesterday's problems are solved. People require your attention. Deadlines don't wait. The question isn't whether life will become crowded. The question is whether you will trust God to expand your capacity when it does. I still don't know the maximum number of people that fit on European buses. I'm convinced no one does. But I do know this. Sometimes we discover our greatest capacity when we think we've reached our limit. Maybe today you feel like your life is already full. Take one more faithful step. you just might be surprised by what God has already placed within you. If this episode encouraged you in some way, I would love for you to follow Summit After the Storm podcast on Spotify, Apple, Amazon Music, YouTube, or whatever platform you're listening on. Season 4 follows our family's journey across Europe, discovering timeless lessons from history, culture, faith, leadership, and family. Every destination has a story. Every story has a lesson. Until next time, keep climbing. Poly poly.